life experience that nobody can teach. We overcame. I gained very precious real-world experience, how to deal with people, being strategic about certain things, being a bit more smart and not so gullible, clearer about how to even make small decisions, big decisions, even greater clarity of why I am here and where I want to be.
So, let's leave the listeners with one takeaway. So if there's one piece of advice that you could share about courage and making an impact that you could give to the next generation, what would that be?
I think everyone has been given a unique gift. The parents that you've had, the childhood experiences, all of that makes you unique, and you have something to give to the world, whether you feel like it on a good day or a bad day, but nothing will change that. I think the only thing that you should try to do is just to be more yourself.
Welcome to the Summit series of Voices of Courage Asia, where we celebrate leaders, change makers, and also visionaries who amplify courage and drive transformative impact. And my name is Joanne, I'm your host, and in this special Summit series where we will share stories of resilience, leadership, and also the action taken for to create lasting impact. Right. So today I have a guest who is a visionary in art, design, and innovation. So as the director of Synergraphic Design Pte Ltd, she leads the way in glass art for interiors and architecture. So carrying forward the legacy of her mother, Florence Ang, a pioneer in the industry with a unique ability to merge art and enterprise. She is redefining creative leadership and expanding the possibilities of design. So it's my pleasure to welcome Sara Ang to the show. Sara, welcome to the show.
Hi Joanne, thanks so much for having me today.
So it's wonderful to have you here. So you have an inspiring journey in the world of the art, design, and also innovation. So for our listeners who may not be familiar with you, perhaps you can share a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay, my name is Sara. My mom is an artist who kind of stumbled into the world of glass and always thought to herself, how can I put my art on a material that's functional, and in doing so able to bring more beauty into spaces, into our lives. And then my father, on the other hand, is an engineer. So I don't even know how they connect, but I've grown up always having kind of like two voices in my head. One is like very black and white. One is the opposite extreme of like risk-taking, anything is possible. And so I think I've grown up struggling for a while, but then after being in the business, I've found kind of like my own way, and in a way, kind of like through osmosis, developed that same passion that my mom had, that dream to continue to push the boundaries of art and glass. And to continue to bring beauty into spaces. So that's what I do now. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually went to the website and take a look, and the works are amazing.
Thank
you. I really like the Peranakan collection.
Okay.
Yeah. This is really nice, and I like it. And maybe you can share like how did you get into the business? Was it like by your mom says you have to, or you decided that, this is where something that I think I am passionate in? Yeah.
It was by chance. My mom never had any expectation, never vocalized any of that as well. I graduated from corporate comms from SMU. And when I graduated, I thought to myself, surely I should try something related to what I studied, right? So for 6 months, I worked in a PR firm, found that not quite my cup of tea. And that's when my mom said that she was looking at procuring a printing machine to print on glass, and it could potentially be a new business. So that's how I ended up joining her. Things didn't work out with the joint venture that was supposed to happen, but I ended up staying throughout the thing, thought to myself, do I want to stay here? Do I see myself like a career for myself, a calling, a passion? It took me a while, but I think after like now it's 11 years of being in the business, I know where I am and where I want to continue to drive the business. Yeah.
Okay, that's quite of a journey you have there. 11 years,
Yeah.
right? I'm sure it has its ups and downs as well.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe perhaps you can share like a pivotal, moment, like where you feel that there is this point where you feel that you could step up, that courage there, and decided that this is something you want to do, want to continue on for the business?
There have been many pivotal moments, and I think that's kind of how life works out also. Like, you just make small steps and then you kind of find yourself in a general direction. But one really pivotal moment for me was not that long ago, about 4 years ago, when we wanted to go into a new business segment, construction, which was not a capability that we had. So we had hired a project director to take care of this whole unit, from contract management to appointing subcontractor, etc., all the way. And just everything that you can imagine could go wrong went wrong, and the quantum was very high, the liabilities as well, and in short, we were almost on the verge of possibly being bankrupt, because it was just horrible. So that project director, in the end, he's just an employee, right? So he left, and who had to pick up the mess? It was me, because my mom and everyone in the company did not have the knowledge, and they're a bit more senior, so they can't be expected to go to like construction site, meet the main con, and try to salvage the situation. So I really hated it. I dreaded having to talk to the main con, because it's just not like that's not what I do. But I think the only thing that resounded in my head was, I cannot allow such a project to cause the death of this company. The legacy that my mom has built over the years has to continue. So with that driving reason, I just kept looking forward and taking one step at a time, even though waking up every day was actually quite painful, and I went kind of like into a slight depression for a while. I had some like panic attacks and all that. It was really bad. And then but thank God we overcame step by step. And the past three years have not been the easiest, because it takes time to get out of it. But I think it was really in those few years that really transformed me. I gained very precious real-world experience, how to deal with people, being strategic about certain things, being a bit more smart and not so gullible. Just life experience that nobody can teach. So after that, I think I am now clearer about how to even make small decisions, big decisions, and have even greater clarity of why I am here and where I want to be. Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a journey you have there.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how difficult it was when you were going through. And it's not easy. You're, a girl going to construction.
Exactly.
To construction.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh no, right? Yeah. So I think that takes a lot of courage, actually, for you to decide that you want to stay on, right? And then after that, and move and pick up, and also sharing the story, you know. Yeah, so thank you for sharing that. Yes, so what does inspiring courage, which is the theme for our summit this year, inspiring courage for transformative impact, mean to you personally?
I think it is just about every day learning more about yourself and becoming more comfortable with who you are, and allowing yourself to feel and know what is important to you, and then taking steps and action to make that happen, and then you will naturally be able to make or to impact and transform your surroundings in ways that you could never imagine could have more far-reaching impact than you could have thought lah. So like even within the family, just listening to your child or listening to your husband or your parents share their pain or struggles at hand, I think that in itself has transformation power. Yeah.
That's well said, well said. Yeah, I agree with you. Yes, yeah, listening, right?
Listening, yeah.
Yes, definitely. So, how do you think that women leaders very often, because there's this fear of failure, right? And that's why they lack the courage to actually lead, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think they can actually overcome that, and then so that they can overcome the fear of failure and lead with courage and also purpose? And maybe you can share like how do you do that in your within your own company?
I totally resonate with that whole idea of fear of failure. Even after all these years, it's still something that will come up. And I think I used to have that fear even more strongly when I was younger. Naturally, I was a very introverted child, like socially awkward, very shy. I think I grew up feeling like I had no voice. What I had to say was not of value, that I was useless. And so naturally, even though I desired to do a lot of things, and I would, because I'm more observant, I see things that are happening that I feel I could intervene in, but I was always afraid. So I think it was only in 2019 that I felt that I really wanted to get out of this. And so I attended many courses like facilitating powerful conversations, just understanding self, understanding systems, gaining more awareness of what's going on here. And then my conclusion after all of this is that I think if we are able, women and anyone really, if we are able to begin to differentiate fact and opinion in our head, and really start to understand emotion versus like your narrative, the stories in your head, then you'll begin to know yourself better, and then you start to realize that you actually have choice. You can choose that. For example, you can say, I'm so scared that I will fail because I'm scared that people will laugh at me. My voice sounds so lame. But you can actually break that down and say, like, is that actually true? Are people going to laugh at me? No. Are people going to remember what you say? Maybe not.
True. Yeah.
Scared to fail, but fail in what way? When you start to break apart all these stories and realize that what is fact, what is just your opinion, then you start to be able to say, no, that's not true. And then the fear kind of goes away. And then you realize that you are able then to choose, okay, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move forward instead. So I think if we are able to begin to know ourselves better, then we will be able to just take that step forward, because we are now more comfortable with who we are and able to kind of like let go and just take a step.
Nice, thank you for that. And just now you mentioned about, you went to take up courses to learn. That along the way, did you happen to meet any mentors or anyone who it's actually, or a coach that's actually helping you, supporting you along your journey?
Um, I got to know many people, but nobody really formally came alongside me as coach. But community, at least with community, because we go through the same course, so you can kind of like speak the same language, right? You understand the same terms. You're able to call out what's happening and then help each other to see how to overcome some of the situations. So yeah, mainly community, but at the moment for me, no coach. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I do agree, either having a mentor or community, right?
Yes.
So it's actually very helpful because there's such a good support. Yes. And so speaking of that, we have platforms also to help empower individuals.
Yep.
So we are thrilled to have you as part of our Her Courage Summit this year. So maybe you can share with us what motivated you to participate in this year's summit.
I got to know Lillian, who is the founder, through the Ideas course, and she's like a shining light,
Yes,
and
I know.
that I was drawn to, and I really could feel very tangibly her passion, and so even though she didn't say very much, but I think just that sense of such passion, I felt like, okay, this is something that I'm willing to support. And as a woman who is a mother and a wife and a daughter, and all of it, like especially being in a family business, some of the struggles are real, and so but I feel like I have overcome, and I feel like I have a story to share as well, and that's why I thought if I could be of any use in any way, I would be glad to volunteer my time.
Definitely, we will have you have a lot of your use, right? And hearing your stories, your inspiring stories, can help to motivate ladies who are maybe in the same situation as you previously. Yeah. So as we wrap up, so let's leave the listeners with one takeaway. So if there's one piece of advice that you could share about courage and making an impact that you could give to the next generation, what would that be?
I think everyone has been given a unique gift. The parents that you've had, the childhood experiences, all of that makes you unique, and you have something to give to the world, whether you feel like it on a good day or a bad day, but nothing will change that. And I think the only thing that you should try to do is just to be more yourself, and of course a better version of yourself every day, and in doing that you would naturally be able to bless the people around you.
Thank you for that. So we aim for progression, not perfection, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, well said. So thank you so much for sharing your insights and wisdom, and also your personal journey with us. So for the last segment, we are delighted to announce our partnership with PSB Academy, where we collaborate closely and enable students to learn from our guests like you. So I have with me a student representative, which will be engaging in a conversation with you.
Okay.
So yes. So welcome to the show. So can you please introduce yourself and share what motivated you to enroll into PSB Academy?
I'm Huang Ruoxi. We are from PSB Academy, and we all are majoring in communication. Why we choose PSB? Because actually I'm not a very smart girl, and sometimes I need teachers to say this question or say some knowledge over and over again. So PSB have so many female teachers, and actually I think female teachers are more patient, so I choose this school.
Thank you for sharing. So would you like to ask a question to Sarah, our guest?
How did you achieve your success in your field?
You know what? It doesn't feel like I I'm very successful, and many times my mom, who's also a female in a male-dominated industry for almost 40 years, she does not feel like she's made it, honestly. Maybe that's something that women tend to feel, like we feel like we haven't got there, we're not good enough. I don't know. But people around us, they say, you've lasted so long, when many of her contemporaries, in fact, are gone. And people still come to her by word of mouth because they really feel like she goes out of her way to enhance their designs, to make their dreams a reality in a sense. So I think maybe we don't focus so much on the success, but I think if we just keep our eyes on the why of what we're doing and keep going, somehow we'll find that when you look back, it's like, wow, we've come so far. We've made an impact in ways that we never thought we could, and that is enough.
Okay. How can we break through the glass ceiling?
How to break through the glass ceiling?
Yeah.
My answer to that is, if you think that there is a glass ceiling, then there is a glass ceiling.
Okay.
Yes, because why I say that is because there was this friend's girlfriend who came to visit us, and she also in a family business but much smaller one. And then she had this question for me. You have so many workers that are male, especially like the hands-on manual workers, they are male. Then how do you manage them? You are a woman. And then I said, oh, I didn't think about that. Then she said, because her parents always tell her, you are a girl, so you must like watch out for how you behave and things like that. So then I said, well, my mom is a female also. She has not cared about what people think. She just do what she like to do. And yes, they are mostly male, and actually the women are more in leadership positions in our company. But we don't even think of these things. We just look at the individual. What are they? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? What are their interests? And then we make sure that everybody fits in the right role to be able to work as a team. So we don't really, if you think that there is a glass ceiling, already you are limiting yourself. Mm-hmm. So if you just, like I said, keep your eyes on what is your mission in life, I think you just take one step at a time.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I totally agree with you. Don't put yourself into that box there, right? Yeah, so we need to teach our little girls, right? So
yes.
to dare to dream. And also for the mothers and the women leaders, we need to pat ourselves on the shoulder. You've done well.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
Yes.
And what you're doing is great. Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you so much. That's a wrap. Thank you, Sarah, and our student representative, right? So for those of you tuning in, if today's conversation is something that inspired you, don't forget to like and share this episode, and also subscribe to us. And if you'd like to connect with Sarah, so her links are in our episode description. And so thank you all for joining, and until the next time, keep leading with courage and making a difference.